Here it is, episode number 7 of the We Speak podcast. Today we got my sister joining us, Rebecca Garcia, also known as Rebecini, Fofini,
I prefer just Becky too.
All those nicknames that we've had just growing up, man. It's been awesome. But so how are you, Becca? How have you been?
Pretty good. Little ups and downs, but that's life.
I feel that. So, I mean, we can sit here and talk about our childhood just for hours, probably, of how we grew up watching the WWE, wrestling on the bed, having Royal Rumbles with our cousins. Do you remember all those times?
Everything.
Jeez. What did you like most about growing up?
Being around the family. Being able to have... I never really had connections at school, so being around all of the cousins and even your friends, it was a blast.
No, definitely. Growing up, I feel like we had really strong family ties, especially with our cousins, because our family, the older relatives would always go out and drink on the weekends, so they'd leave us all alone, just a bunch of kids at home. I mean, most of us were pretty old enough to kind of take care of each other, and if not, we kind of just learned on the way.
Yeah. It was... you were supposed to take care of us.
I was.
But
I did.
I don't know about that. You kind of ventured off with your friends, and then we're over here just jumping off the little, what's it called?
The trampoline? Or the...
No. You know how, the house on Ozark, we had the back...
The freaking
the porch.
balcony.
Yeah, the balcony.
Yeah.
We would jump off the balcony to the trampoline to the pool.
Oh yeah. Oh wow. Yeah, that was crazy times. No, I had a lot of fun doing that too. I mean, let's just get it straight though. I was there a lot, but as we got older, towards I want to say 7th, 8th grade, that's kind of when I started going out to hang out with friends and stuff.
Which is normal. It's normal.
It happens.
Yeah.
I mean, when did you really start making friendships of during school, grade school up until high school?
Grade school when we were at Norwich, I had friends, it was 3 friends, but we weren't really close. It was kind of just school friends, and it was kind of hard just because I was the only Hispanic one there.
Okay. This was in Norwich, right?
In Norwich.
Okay.
So I really just stood to myself. That's why I used to just try to bother you and your friends.
Yeah.
Or if I didn't have my cousins. But high school, because I went my freshman year, we went to Des Plaines.
Right.
So I was at Maine West. I made friends pretty easy. It was very diverse and everything. I was actually doing pretty good. I was interested in school and making friends, and then we moved to Chicago.
You did a lot of moving around.
We did. In Foreman, I hopped straight into a relationship with someone I barely even knew, and that's how I got my friends.
I hear you. So that's pretty interesting, because when you mentioned that you were the only Hispanic, I mean, growing up in Norwich for I guess most of our life, I would say.
Yeah.
So I guess the dominant, race or culture, whatever, is kind of European.
Yeah.
So yeah, there weren't many Hispanics around. There wasn't much diversity. It was a pretty good neighborhood overall. Honestly, I had a lot of fun, clearly. But I mean, yeah, that's one thing I kind of lacked, is diversity. Just mixing up different backgrounds and cultures. But I did see that more in Des Plaines, how you mentioned.
A lot of Hispanics where we were living at.
Definitely, and even different backgrounds, and but so that's always nice. And I've always really kind of just, I don't know, it's this whole other thing, I won't mention it on this, but anyway, so let's kind of fast track into now. So recently you recently enrolled back into college, and you've been working a ton. You kind of bounced around a lot of jobs, but the main one that you kind of stuck with is Starbucks. So how have you been balancing that heavy workload along with your academics?
I'm still learning how to do it. I feel like now I'm way better than I did before when I first started college. It's mainly just, I'm trying to put work second, which is very hard for me because mom, she's a workaholic, and I got that from her. Crazy hours. But there will be times where I'm okay, this is what I need to focus on. I have 3 days to finish these assignments. Let's just get it done out the way. So for those 3 days, I could just do whatever I want to do. It does slip up where I'm oh, it's due in an hour, and I'll cram it in. I'll cram it in, but it gets done. Nice. Regardless. It's just, I'm still learning how to do time management.
That's awesome. That's great. Let's just rewind a little bit. I like to go back and forth. I jump around a lot. But so the significance of this bear is when Becky graduated high school and she got to walk on stage. If a lot of you know me, you know that I didn't graduate on stage with everybody. So it was a really big moment for Becky to be the first of our family to walk the stage. Very proud moment. I remember I was there. It was just a great time. But I did buy her this bear, kind of to just show her, good job, like I'm acknowledging, something big, especially like in our family. One thing that you didn't like is that I think a day before you graduated, I got my GED, and she really wanted to just have that moment where she was the first one to kind of finish high school, and I don't know, it was just funny.
It was more of like, you tried your best to get it before me.
Oh,
You're
come
like,
on.
I'm gonna get it way before you, just watch me. And you did. Props to you. You literally got that done quickly. The moment was slightly taken away from me. Just slightly.
That is true. That's my competitive nature. I mean, even then, kind of when I was getting my stuff together, I was like, we kind of had that little fun rivalry where I'm like, oh, I'm going to get it before you. You almost had it.
It was just a day off.
Just a day off.
That's not fair, because I couldn't even control the date. I couldn't even control it. And they set me that date, whatever. But it's okay.
That's fair. So what are you passionate about? I feel like there's been two things that you've been kind of working with. I think you wanted to kind of pursue developmental with children or teaching, and then you were thinking about nursing.
Yes.
So where are you at now?
It was a big struggle between the two. I chose to go with early childhood development.
Okay.
Just because I'm very passionate about kids and I love kids, and I would like to shape them into a better future.
No, absolutely.
So yeah.
No, that's awesome. And I mean, would you kind of say that because, growing up we didn't really have as much privilege or opportunities just handed to us. So do you feel like you're passionate because you want to give better opportunities? You want to teach kids and give them the knowledge in order to have a better future?
100%. It's every teacher that I've ever had, besides up to college at this moment, I've never made a connection with them. It wasn't you aspire me to become a teacher one day, or anything in general. I actually hated my teachers.
I hear that.
Hate is a strong word. I disliked them very much. I feel like that's also part of the reason why I wanted to become a teacher, just because I wanted to be better, to have those kids have better, because right now we need teachers, and we need good teachers.
Big time.
So I want to be one of them, hopefully soon.
No, I agree. I hear you 100%. I mean, even throughout grade school and high school, I never had teachers really trying to help me as much as I feel like they could have. I don't know, maybe times were different, but we definitely learned from it, and we kind of want to, people like us want to give somebody better opportunities, and it just feels so natural. I don't know if it's something in our family, in our genetics, I don't know what it is, but I think that's just the way we're built, but recently we went to Mexico City.
We did.
So how was that for you? Did you find any connections or experiences in certain places that you that you feel you learned from going there?
Not necessarily learn, more wanting to learn more about it. When we went into that plaza, it was towards night, and Mom was getting her palm read and those cards. I wanted to learn more about that. I also wanted to do one myself. I didn't get the chance because we were kind of on a time schedule.
Absolutely.
Also, when I did the cleansing, I didn't know exactly what it was. Mom just go ahead and get it. You'll be fine. Just do this and do that. I'm oh, okay. But I don't know exactly what it was for or what culture it represents.
Right. Were you able to kind of learn what that was? Ask more about that?
No.
Yeah. So she's talking about kind of this spirituality ritual that we kind of did in Mexico City. It's in the large, famous plaza. So what it is somebody kind of hands you, what do they hand you? These big...
It's these
leaf
leaves.
things?
Yeah, it's this big leaf thing.
And they burn these specific leaves and plants that have I don't even know what it is, but basically they burn it and like blow the smoke and like all over you to kind of cleanse your body of like bad spirits or like evil juju, bad juju, all that kind of stuff.
Something like that. Give you some oil or whatever they have to like, I don't know.
And I backed out of it real quick because I've been sober for like almost 6 years in July, and I just kept thinking like, I don't like the fact of smoke being blown in my face. I don't know what's in these plants. I don't know what's going on.
Which it's a valid point. It is valid. We don't know what's in that.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm not trying to start hallucinating like 5 minutes later.
See a whole bunch of different things.
Yeah, like next thing you know, I'm in a different planet. But the food is a big part of that culture over there. We had a lot of different foods from different places, more like upscale and like lower end, I would say. Is there anything that any dishes that you particularly liked or enjoyed?
To be fair, I didn't like the dishes over there.
Really?
I liked them better when I visited Michoacan with Mom than I did in Mexico City.
I hear that.
It just didn't taste right, especially because Junior picked like a very sketchy type of taco place that we try to go to. I didn't like those tacos at all.
Really?
Because he was using his hands.
I hear you.
Well. I was like, ooh.
But quick shout out to Junior. We know you're in the hospital right now, man, and we really wish we could be there. But we hope everything is good with you. But yeah, I get what you mean. It's more authentic in the area that you went to and where we went. It was kind of, I don't want to say like sloppy, but the way I saw them making it,
the corn wasn't even good over there.
Yeah.
Because they don't really have sweet corn over there. It was kind of bitter.
Yeah.
That's what Mom was saying. But yeah,
it probably has something to do with the agriculture, like the way that they're making the food and like getting it and stuff. Mm-hmm. But so what was like what was your favorite experience in Mexico City? And what was your least favorite?
My least favorite?
Yeah.
That fancy restaurant that we went to.
In the cave?
Yeah. I feel like I liked it just because of like the aesthetic of it and like everything, like being in a cave. That's pretty cool. But just the experience and the conversation and like the food just wasn't it.
Yeah.
Like we were all just aggravated, we were tired. Melissa didn't even want to eat. It was just a mess.
That is true.
But the pyramids were my favorite.
Yeah, okay.
And seeing all of that and being able to, gladly I didn't fall.
Yep.
Because I was very scared of falling, because it's like very like, you have to like go sideways up. Because I was trying to just go straight forward and I was like, nope, this ain't working.
I hear you. By the way, guys, if you hear like loud steps or heavy breathing, that was my brother Danny just like just walking, stomping around. He's stomping around here.
Just getting his steps in, that's it.
He was just breathing down my neck. I don't know if you guys caught that. Jeez. Okay, so what about camping? Like, you really enjoy camping with the family, right?
I love camping.
When did you start getting into it?
Like, I've always been into it ever since Mom brought me on. I don't even know. Like, I think we went before I was even born.
Oh, wow.
It's been like years that it's always been a tradition in our family to go 3 times a year. I've always liked it. I sadly don't go enough times as I used to as a kid. It's just life gets in the way, work. It's kind of hard to balance everything. But it's extremely fun. You haven't been gone as much as I have, though. You kind of stopped a little bit.
I did. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna cut this part out. This fucking guy, dude. Danny! Can you turn it down? We can fucking hear it in the podcast. Turn it down right now, dude.
In the middle child feels left out. It's just a little tad bit. He said, you're not gonna go over my views. I haven't been making eye contact with the camera not once.
Please, we're trying to film. We can hear it. We can hear it, Danny. Nobody fucking disturbed our podcast. Right now. The fuck?
Sibling love. I love having siblings. Top tier.
I'm glad mine are all like 50.
Fucking guy, dude. Oh my god. What a fucking guy, dude. Oh my god. Okay. Anyway. Where was I? Okay.
Camping.
Camping. Motherfucker gets my heart rate going, dude. Let me take a breather really quick. Okay. Okay. So yeah, camping is basically what we've been doing for a long time. It's been a family tradition for a while. It's we go to Indiana Beach most of the time, and it's like this really large campsite where a bunch of people just kind of set up shop. They like rent or reserve like certain spots and areas, and they kind of just like bring their giant trailers, or some keep it really traditional and just pop up some tents.
That's what we used to do.
What we used to, and then our entire family started buying these massive trailers. It's just so crazy.
One by one. I think it was Raina who started everything.
And she got the biggest one.
She got the big one.
My goodness, that thing is like a freaking semi-truck. That thing is huge.
She barely takes it though. I think she only took it on one camping trip.
I'm sure it costs a lot on gas. That's probably why.
It don't matter to her. She got money.
There you go. So, can you share a story that, like, from the camping trip that, like, might have given you any fresh perspectives, like, or a time, or an experience that happened there?
It happens in every camping trip though, but we're around the campfire, you know, it's probably like the second or last day that we're there, and we're just telling stories, just nonstop stories after story. But there's this one particular story, and it gets me every time. It's a ghost story.
Oh wow.
It's from that house that we used to live in Ozark, that big 3-story house.
Yeah.
So many scary stories there. How it was our Thea Reina who used to live upstairs, and nobody was home. Her kids were, I don't know where, probably school. I think it was early in the morning. And she was in her room. And you know how that room doesn't have a door?
Yeah.
So she saw a little kid run across from this room right here to the bathroom. And she thought it was one of like her kids or whatever. So she screamed. She didn't scream. She yelled. She's like, hello? Like, is anyone there? Like, Diego, whoever. And then it did it again, but it laughed this time. And I don't know what she did after that, but that story, I'm like, there's too many things that go on in the attic, because you had an experience there.
Right.
My mom woke me up because you called her.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I forgot what I was hearing. I literally, so my window was closed when I was in the room one time, I think I remember, and I keep seeing my blinds like moving, and you know how when you would step like on that type of like wooden floor, you would kind of hear the creak?
Yeah.
I kept hearing that. So I was like, what the fuck is that, you know? So I got so scared that I called Mom, and I was like, Mom, come up here, like somebody's up here. She's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, somebody's freaking up here. And I was much younger, so like, if it was not, I'd probably go out there and be like, yes.
No, he was still run away.
No, I'd jump out the window and probably come around like I used to, and then get on the trampoline and just run. I'd book it. I hate scary stuff like that, and I think I'm just traumatized from our aunts consistently messing with us, like scaring us when we were younger. Jeez.
I have to put something out there.
Go for it.
For that house, there was one incident that I still don't know the answer to.
What is that?
It was you, your friend, and Danny in the living room. And then me, Karina, and Jessica were in my room.
Okay.
We were chilling, whatever. I get a phone call. This guy was like, hey, I see what you guys are doing right now. I can see you through your window in the alley. We look in the alley, no one's there. I hanged up. I was like, I don't know, like 10 maybe?
That was probably one of us. That sounds something like we were trying to mess with you guys. Because if Karina was there, then we were probably just trying to mess with you guys. I remember something like that. So mystery solved. But here's one. Here's a real one. So my friend Charlie, the one that I just had on the podcast recently, he had a Ouija board in his house, right? So he would invite people to his basement and we'd all hang out there. So he had a Ouija board. And it was me, Mikey, Justin Adams, some other people, and like whoever else he had there. But we started playing with it, and I remember it because our family used to play with it in the garage, but I never used to mess with it then. But that day, I was actually just messing with it, probably because I'm around my friends and I'm like, oh, I want to, whatever, you
Show
know.
off a little.
Right. So we got a little movement in it. It was probably one of us. But the crazy thing was, literally, once we finished like messing with it, I think it was either you or Danny who called. I think it was you who called me. And you said, the door just slammed by itself. That could not have been more ironic. Like, I swear, I got so freaked out, and I told him, I'm like, dude, the door just slammed. Danny was freaked out. Zach was freaked out.
We're all in my room.
We literally all hopped in our cars and rushed there. We rushed to that house so fast. We all got out.
Literally.
Jeez, we all go in there, and then my friends are like trying to fight a ghost, find a ghost and fight it. Like,
I think it was, I don't know who, I think it was Mikey who was the one who pulled it. No, it was, I forgot his name. Zach's brother, Adam. Adam pulled out his phone and started recording, started asking questions.
Well, what a guy, Adam. Oh my goodness.
No, that was scary though. I didn't hear anything. I was in my room chilling with Brownie, and then all of a sudden Danny and Zach just running in my room. I'm like, what are you guys doing? All of a sudden we're hearing footsteps, the lights start turning on and off, the door starts slamming. They were talking about booking in. I'm like, what about me? I was like, I don't even have my shoes on.
But seriously, like, think about how crazy that is. Like, the timing. It's just, maybe it just happened, but
no, because it never happened again.
It's pretty strange stuff. And shout out to Brownie, man. Rest in peace, Brownie, man. Greatest dog in the world, man. Like,
that's a little rude to kids and.
I don't care. He was the best dog ever. I'm just messing. But so let's go back to Starbucks. Like, how has working at Starbucks like been for you? Because you've been there for so long. Has it helped with anything in your personal life? Because it's really known for like its opportunities and like and stuff like that. So how has it like helped you out?
Definitely helped me with my communication skills.
Okay.
Before I worked at Starbucks, I didn't like talking to people. I got really nervous. I would stutter. I would just get like, I couldn't do it. Like other jobs that I've had, I would obviously have to like connect with them, but not as fully as Starbucks would have you do it. Because it's based on customer connection. You have to be that friendly face to make a good impact in somebody's day, even if everything around them is going bad. We're there to uplift people and provide good customer service. So definitely with my communication skills, it's getting better with my time management. It's still a little rocky.
Of course.
But I absolutely love Starbucks. It's honestly the best job I've ever had. Make great friends there. It's a good environment.
That's awesome.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. I mean, and that's anywhere in a workplace, I think. Like, you gotta just be around people I don't want to say worth your time, but once you get into like a career type of thing and you feel like you want to stay there for a while, like it has to be worth it. Like there's always going to be problems, but the problems have to be worth it. You know, like other people's stuff coming into the workplace. So that's big, you know, if you feel, this goes to anyone, like if you feel unhappy at the workplace, and whether it's, you know, management, your coworkers and stuff like that, even the kind of work, like there's always more opportunities out there. And I think we bounced around a lot of jobs. I've bounced around countless jobs. Like I've left jobs, I've walked out, taken the bus straight home, like had them calling me like 10 times, like asking where I'm at. I'm like, no, I walk out of places like that. And it's not because I'm afraid of the kind of work. It's literally always been the people just putting too much pressure on somebody who's like young, you know, and is still full of like opportunities. Yeah. So that's what I didn't like. And I agree. And I think that's why leadership is so important. You have to show people like that there's better ways, there's better solutions to things, you know. Exactly. So, but yeah. So what are you up to? You're moving to Michigan. I am moving to Michigan today, actually. Today is the day. You've been with Mom for so long, and that's it. 23 years of my life I've been with Mom. Well, you try to move out. Okay, it didn't even last a month. It didn't last a month at all. But it was kind of it was pretty rocky, huh? I used to be the type of person to just do instead of think. I'm like, this is what I want. This is what I'm gonna do. I don't care. That's what happened with the first move out. I was just like, I want to get out of here. There's too many things going on at home. Right. Turns out that was a bad idea. Because then things just started going wrong there. So Well, we definitely learned from experiences. Like, yeah, I definitely think it was worth a try. I think it was good that it happened because now you kind of have a better idea of like how to better it next time.
For sure.
So that's good. But I did want to give you something. So you are going on a trip, so I have something for you.
Some money?
I have $40.
I thought you said $4. I was like, $4. I can buy him a chicken.
Whether if it's for gas or some food on the way, like on the trip,
Thank you. I really do appreciate it.
Of course, yeah.
We are broke. We're really broke. This fills up my gas tank.
There you go. If it's a little bit of something or a little bit of help, it's definitely my pleasure. But that's awesome. So what do you plan on doing in Michigan? Like, what's your move out there?
I'm still going to be doing the same stuff I'm doing out here. Nothing really changes for me besides the environment.
Right.
Still going to be working at Starbucks. Still going to try and develop in Starbucks.
Okay.
And then I'm still going to go to school for the same thing.
Okay. And do you have everything set, everything lined up, or do you feel like you need some time to settle in once you get there to kind of get everything back on track?
So for this first week, it's just going to be me settling everything in, taking everything in, and then I'll be going back to just
getting to it.
Just getting straight to it next week.
Okay, if I could give you any advice, it's just like be careful because they say once you stop, the longer you stop, the harder it is to kind of
I definitely felt that. Yeah.
And man, I only say that from personal experience, but like, yeah. So I mean, I guess the sooner the better, but you'll figure it out. And again, if you need anything, our family's already told you, call, reach out. But so you plan on leaving very soon, actually. Like probably when we're done with this, huh?
Yeah, no, literally.
Wow, that's crazy. So you're gonna be 6 hours away, kind of on the borderline of Canada, right?
It's around there. I think it's still like 2-3 hour drive to Canada.
Okay, that's not bad. Canada's pretty nice. Like Toronto area, or? Okay, not sure.
I don't know anything about
South Canada.
All I know is I'm here, Canada's over here.
Oh, you'll figure it out. I mean, is it nice out there? Like the environment and everything? Like
the
good
view,
resources?
It's pretty nice. I like the view, the environment. I like how there was this one place that I wanted to go. I think he said it was the Tunnel of Trees, which I really want to visit.
Okay.
Especially in fall, it's like just a straight down road. I don't know for how long, but for fall, the leaves just come running down. I don't know. It looks beautiful.
Yeah, I might have to Google image that for real.
Can't wait to visit that though. Other than that, I just need to know the environment a little more.
I feel that. So kind of reflecting on everything, Becky, like what advice would you kind of give like a younger version of yourself and like people out there who are watching kind of, maybe have some struggles with some of the struggles that you might have had?
Speaking on myself, I definitely wanted to, I've always been told what to do and how to do it. I never took control of my own life, of my own thoughts. So just trust yourself, trust your guts, and think everything through. Take people's opinions all day.
Really?
But you have to make your own decision and see if it's right for you. Don't just do something because they said it's right for you. You have to make sure that it is.
I feel that. It's big. It's powerful stuff. Well, I'm going to cut it now. I'm sure you got a lot to do, but it's been nice having you on. This was kind of like an emergency podcast. Like we said we were going to do it, but, she was moving. So I'm like, yo, we got to get it in before you leave,
Might as well. Or else it's going to be a couple months.
Yeah, a couple months. So is that when you plan on coming back? Like a few months? Or?
A few months. I'm definitely coming back in June because my friend's wedding is in June.
Okay.
So I'll be around here. Other than that, maybe in 3 months. Probably go camping.
Facts. Not too bad. All right. Well, thanks again, Becky. As always, I really appreciate it. Thank you for being here. It means a lot. And then good luck on everything. And
thank you.
If you ever need to shoot me a text or a call, I'll be here.
Yeah, for my homework.
For your homework, yeah.
Math is like kicking me in the ass right now.
I hear you. All right, Becky. Thank you.
Thank you.
See y'all.